I notice that you are spending a great deal of time with that girl, the bard. Is it not? It seems to me that is exactly what I think. Oh, I'm not opposed to the girl. She seems agreeable enough for the sort of man who likes that sort of thing. I suppose I am simply curious as to your intentions towards her, or towards me, for that matter. And yet the evidence speaks to the contrary. If you feel nothing for the girl, your actions say otherwise. Perhaps you have no real interest in me. I will not be where I am not valued, and I certainly will not compete. I simply wish to know where I stand. I do not believe so. If your intentions lie elsewhere, then I wish to know. If they lie with me, then I will not have you publicly leading another on. 'Tis a simple matter. Then you need to say that to Leliana, sooner rather than later. And shall we speak now of Zevran? Unless you thought I was unaware of your interest in the elf. You must take me for a fool, surely. What applies to Leliana applies to Zevran just as equally. I care not if you wish to pursue another man, but you shall not have me as well. Decide. Then I trust you will make that clear to Zevran. Agreed? Ah, and before I forget my original thought, I have something for you. I notice that you are foolishly spending a great deal of time with that assassin. Do you take me for a fool? That is not what I am referring to at all. The elf is attractive enough in his way. I can see why you would find another man such as him desirable. My point is that you and I have shared a bed together. It seems hardly fitting to have you doting upon another at the very same time, does it? You think I am unaware of the physical aspect of your relationship? Give me some credit, please. Of that I have no doubt. The crux of the matter is this. I do not share. You may do as you wish, but if you pursue another, you may not also dally with me. I will not be where I am not valued. I simply wish to know where I stand. There is no need for apologies. If he is what you truly desire, then let us dispense with any further pretense. Go and do as you wish. So, there are to be wedding bells. Did I hear this correctly? As I suspected, I am not ignorant of such matters after all. I am simply curious what this means for you and I. We share some affection, do we not? Too true. My curiosity is sated, then. I trust this matter will work itself out in time, yes? Until then, we have much that remains to be done. Did I hear this correctly? Me? No, there is indeed no reason for me to be upset. I'm simply curious as to what your bride-to-be might think. Of me. Of us. Oh, you do not think she might appreciate her husband having a Maleficar on the side? No doubt you are right. I quite understand. Congratulations on your engagement and so forth. Can we get back to matters at hand now?
I happened to be speaking with Zevran yesterday. He tells me you two have been intimate. I don't know what to think. I didn't know you were fond of other men. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but I had no idea. That would be hard to do, since Zevran has been boasting about it to anyone who will listen. Well, you know how he is. Anyway, I suppose this is your decision? Really? Zevran didn't seem to think you regretted it that much, but he's not known for his honesty, is he? Anyway, I'm glad we sorted this all out. I knew there was more to it than what Zev told me, but I had no idea. Oh, I see. So you've made your decision, I suppose? You don't have to deny it. I always thought there was something missing between us. Now I know what it is. Well, I wish you well, then. He is quite a catch, I suppose. And you tell him, if he ever hurts you, he'll have to face me. Men can be bastards sometimes, you know. But I had no idea. I suppose I can't fault you for being desirous of new experiences. And what is it they say? Oh, yes. You should try everything once, except for incest and Kunari cuisine. But I had no idea. If there's anything I know about Zevran, is that he never lies about his sexual conquests. It was no lie. A lie? Why would Zevran... Yeah, true enough. Often I do not know what to make of him. I need to know what's going on between you and Zevran. You said what happened between you two was nothing, but it's gone further, hasn't it? I've seen the knowing glances he shoots at you. What's all that about? I don't know if I can trust you, if I can trust the things you've said to me. What am I to you? You're very special to me. But if you don't feel the same, please tell me now. I am sorry I had to force this on you. I couldn't stand by any longer wondering if I meant anything to you. And I believe you when you say that. We should talk later. I happened to be speaking with Zevran yesterday. He tells me you two have been intimate. I don't know what to think. I didn't realize you were at all attracted to him. I thought a diversion? That's all? Is this how you treat people? As playthings? Never mind, do what you like. I should never have brought this up. I thought It is my business because we work together. We need to rely on each other and perhaps honesty is necessary here. I have to admit he does have something about him. But there are always people who will catch your eye. The important thing is whether they capture your heart. Oh, Maker. I don't know what I'm saying. Then why did you... Fun? Is this how you treat people? As playthings? What I've done has nothing to do with this. Why do I always get myself into these conversations? And perhaps honesty is necessary here. You know me too well. I just thought we had something here. Misunderstanding? Well, what can I say here that will not embarrass me? I'm sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable. Let us put this behind us, shall we? And perhaps honesty is necessary here. Oh. Well, I suppose I can see why. Never mind. I think I made a mistake about you. It's not your fault. I'm sorry. Shall we forget I ever brought this up? I think this would be best. So, you found something other than Darkspawn to occupy your time, haven't you? You and Morrigan are... I saw her going into your tent last night. I didn't think she was there to tell you a bedtime story. Oh, how glib. I suppose you expect me to laugh and forget about you and Morrigan. She was... You're giving her... I mean, you're wading through her swamp. You know what I mean. You were intimate. I am not some innocent 12-year-old you can fool with half-baked lies. I know the strut of a woman who intends to seduce a man. The slow, sinuous movement. The arched back. Her everything. She got what she wanted, didn't she? Your relationship might affect our entire group, don't you think? If suddenly she is more important to you than the rest of us, you could take unnecessary risks for her, putting us all in danger. So you're just playing with her then? How gentlemanly of you. Oh, harmless flirting. You think it doesn't hurt anyone, don't you? Leave me alone. I wish I had never brought this up. I didn't think she was there to tell you a bedtime story. Misunderstanding? What is there to misunderstand? She was... You're giving her... I mean, you're wading through her swamp. Really? That's all? I could have sworn I heard... Maybe. I suppose I could have made a mistake. Well, this is certainly embarrassing. I jumped to conclusions I should not have. I will salvage what I can of my dignity and go over there now. So, had important things to discuss with Morrigan last night? Again? Seems you had important discussions every night of the week. I'm surprised you haven't run out of conversation topics yet. Oh, I bet she is. Couldn't be a winning personality you keep coming back to. Tell me, does she use dark forbidden magics to enhance your enjoyment of her? You lied to me. Such a fool I was. I don't care what you did with her. What hurts is that you lied. I trusted you. What are you playing at? You tell me you like me, that I mean something to you, and you have her on the side? It's not fair to either Morrigan or me. Do you say the same things to her that you say to me? I suppose you need different girls for different days of the week? Morrigan when you want some rough tumbling, Leliana when you need a bedtime story and someone to tell you what a nice boy you are. Just show me some respect. Show us some respect, please. Stop playing with my feelings. If you want her, tell me so. I care for you, more deeply than I can say, but I can't watch you going to her all the time. I am sorry I had to force this on you. I couldn't stand by any longer wondering if I meant anything to you. There wasn't too much harm done. I think I will survive. I'm surprised you haven't run out of conversation topics yet. Oh, I'm sure. Alistair's a Grey Warden too. Does she share her knowledge of Darkspawn with him as well? Do they let you watch? Alistair is quite fond of you, isn't he? Oh, don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about. It's obvious. He's not very good at being subtle. I like Alistair. I don't know if there's anyone who doesn't, but I was wondering if there was something more between you two. I've seen you flirting with him. You may think it's harmless and means nothing, but I see that he's quite taken with you. Alistair is a wonderful person, and you shouldn't give him false hopes if you do not mean to go further. He deserves better. I'm sorry if you think I nag. I just care a lot about you, and Alistair, of course. I don't want to see anyone hurt. I was wondering if there was something more between you two. Oh, I see. Well, he's a very nice boy, no? If you hadn't made your move, perhaps I would have. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm happy for the both of you, and especially for him. He couldn't have found a better companion. You love Alistair. Why is it you always feign ignorance? I've seen you together. I'd have to be blind, deaf, and buried 10 leagues underground not to notice. But you've said such things to me. Were they lies? Have you been playing with my feelings? If you really care, don't do this to us. I know Alistair wouldn't want it any more than I do. I need to do this. I need to know where we stand. This cannot continue. It is not fair to either of us, so I will make this decision for you. You and I... It probably wasn't the best thing for either of us anyway. It was good while it lasted, though. Alistair is a wonderful person, and he deserves someone who loves him wholeheartedly. Go. Go tell him so. Looking for little old me? About you and Zevran? No, not really. I thought about it, and I think I overreacted. After all, we were not... I mean, it wasn't my place to criticize what you did in private. I'm sorry if what I said drove a rift between us. I didn't mean for it to do so. Friends? And now you must tell me everything. What's he like? What? You mean about you and Morrigan? I suppose your relationship hasn't really affected the rest of us, and what you do with yourself in your private moments is up to you. Maybe I was jealous. Just a little. But I'm past that now. She is a very beautiful woman, and I can see why you're attracted to her. Let's just move past this, shall we? I'm sorry I ever let my pettiness jeopardize our mission. What? You mean about you and Morrigan? I suppose I should apologize. You were right. I have done as you have. I may not be proud of this, but I cannot judge you. I've toyed with men in the past. There is a particular kind of amusement that only another person can provide, and I certainly indulged myself back then. I was just so angry because you had made a true statement I could not refute. Everything I said made me sound like a complete hypocrite. I was just about to suggest that. It is forgotten. I heard about you and the Queen. Do you love her? Not nearly enough, it seems. It changes everything. I respect her too much as a queen and as a woman to let what we have destroy us all. If you are to marry her, and be wholly hers. So you're marrying Honora? Hardly. I have seen this before. For people like Honora, marriage is about power. She's a queen, and she knows how this goes. You marry one, you love another. And for me to be so close to the throne of Ferelden, I foresee interesting times ahead. So you're marrying Alistair? Alistair's not going to like that. Oh, I'm sure we will. I heard about you and Alistair. I don't know what to say. Yes, he will have you by his side. And if he doesn't already, he will learn to love you. How? How could he not? I will always be here for you. For both of you.
You wish to talk? Ah, good. I have a question for you. You and Alistair are quite close, are you not? I am curious as to the nature of your relationship. Jealous? Not I know. But one does not need to be jealous to be leery of rushing headlong into complicated situations. Our flirtation has been fun, but if you believe that what you and Alistair have is real, perhaps it would be best if we desisted. Complication avoided, everyone is happy. Perhaps I am. I have always believed in being direct when the situation calls for it, however. I make no claims upon you, nor would I dream of such. You are free to pursue your fancies as you desire, and I would have it no other way. I suspect Alistair, however, would not feel the same way. If there is to be something between you and I, to string him along would only hurt him deeply. Surely you know this is true. And what would you have me do then? I am many things, a murderer, a thief, a lover, but I am no cheat. If whatever is between us cannot be honest, let it not be at all. And glad I am to hear it. You will need to be the one that tells Alistair, however. Now then, shall we move on to more pleasant topics? How about poetry, hmm? You and Morrigan are quite close, are you not? I am curious as to the nature of your relationship. Isn't it? I've watched you and she together. I know a complication when it rears its head and threatens to bite. Our flirtation has been fun, but I've no interest in competing with any woman, least of all Morrigan. If you and she are serious, perhaps it would be best if we desisted. Complication avoided. Oh, I don't know that easy is the right word. Perhaps necessary would be better. I make no claims upon you, nor would I dream of such. You are free to pursue your fancies as you desire, and I would have it no other way. Morrigan, however, would not feel the same. If there is truly something between you and I, it cannot include her. Surely you know this to be so. Then only one path lies before us, no? And glad I am to hear it. You will need to be the one that tells Morrigan, however. Preferably when I am not somewhere nearby. You and Leliana are quite close, are you not? I am curious as to the nature of your relationship. Jealous? Not I know. But one does not need to be jealous to be leery of rushing headlong into complicated situations. You and I have had our fun, but I know how it is with men and their women. If you are serious about this Leliana, we need pursue this thing of ours no further. And I have no burning need to do so, but this is not so simple a matter. I make no claims upon you, nor would I dream of such. You are free to pursue your fancies as you desire, and I would have it no other way. I suspect Leliana, however, would not feel the same way. If there is to be something between you and I, to string her along would only hurt her deeply. You must know this is so. Then only one path lies before us, no? Yes, that is how it usually goes. What can I say, truly? Leliana is a lucky woman. At any rate, the air is now clear and we are free to continue on. Come, we've much to do. So, you have heard the rumor, yes? The future prince consort has a lover. Handsome fellow, too. Such a scandal. It's true. They never share their husbands willingly. So selfish. I know how things are. I shall make it easy for you. What we have, if it can no longer be, then it can no longer be. Oh? I must admit I do love a good royal scandal. Let us continue on then. We can always discuss this more later, provided one of us is not eaten by a dragon. And if so, problem solved. What we have, if it can no longer be, then it can no longer be. No, do not be sorry. I am not. You have made a fine match. And if she proves a poor wife, then you know who to hire, yes? Ah, assassination jokes. Will they never grow old? Come, let us return to the task at hand.
So, let me ask you something. A personal question. No, not a joke. I could think of one if I tried really hard, though. Well, no, not very bad, not terrible. Nothing that you should be worried about, anyway. I'm wondering about... well, about Zevran, really. It seems like the two of you have become quite... friendly. No, I'm not jealous. I'm just curious. Maybe it's inappropriate of me to ask, but what are your intentions towards him? Is it very serious? If you'll tell me, that is. I was under the impression that the two of you were romantically involved. I would have said something sooner, but I didn't know how to put it without sounding, you know, jealous. So, now that I've got that off my chest, let me ask something else. Do you have any feelings towards me? I'd hoped that was the case. So I fooled you, did I? Good to know. That wasn't too soon, was it? Well, I'll have to arrange that then, won't I? What about Zevran? I don't like the idea of leading him on. Thank you. I am a lucky man, don't I know it? Now, let's get back to what we were up to before, lest I forget why we're here. So, let me ask you something. A personal question. If I waited for an appropriate time, I'd never get to talk to you about anything, would I? I'm wondering about... well, about Leliana, really. It seems like the two of you have become quite... friendly. Ah, I see. I can't say that I'm surprised. I guess I'd hoped it might be different, that you would... that we were... well, no point in discussing that now, is there? Why not? Am I hearing you right? I thought you said there was something between you two. So? I guess that means you don't see anything wrong with... well, maybe there isn't anything wrong with it. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just the idiot that doesn't know any better. I'm sorry that I brought this up.